I was telling a sister the other day that we have to kind of learn, we've been taught all the time, digest, but we have to learn to undigest a lot of the things that we have digested along the way, whether it be from school, social media, whatever it is, because we don't have to accept it. We don't have to carry it.
We don't have to eat it.
But it's constantly pushed on you.
Yes.
We can leave it right there on the plate and say, no, I'm not going to eat that.
Exactly.
Right.
But I think we were saying earlier, self-consciously, we absorb it. And we don't even realize it until we wake up and be like, wait, why was those thoughts so prevalent in my mind? Because it's so prevalent in the atmosphere.
Yes.
And we've absorbed so much of it. So we have to intentionally practice to disengage, to undigest, and to regurgitate that stuff outwardly, like from outside of us. And because, truth be told, when we don't do that, even if we're not trying to teach our children, we're teaching our children those same methods, those same
because they're watching us.
They're internal.
So it's internalized. So we have to purposely do that. And I like the fact that we begin this conversation with how we did it because, like we said, it was a struggle in the family in the beginning.
We had several
family meetings and family members who did not agree because we all didn't grow up the same either. Our household was very revolutionary. So everything we did was revolutionary.
Yeah. And then you have that
family.
And you have family. Right.
So we had a battle. I mean, even down to whether it was going to be ham at the table. Remember that?
Yes.
I remember those.
Was it ham? No, it was never going to be ham.
No, it was
somebody wanted it
because grandma.
Auntie. I didn't even recall that one.
Auntie was fighting for it because grandma.
But who was going to be eating the ham?
Grandma.
Just one person?
Right.
Well, grandma and auntie probably.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, she wanted the representation of it there because that's what they were accustomed to.
Right.
And we had to fight it.
Yep.
And it wasn't a physical fight, but we had to fight the principle of, first of all, we're not doing nothing traditional at our dinners. And we didn't have it on Thursdays, remember?
Right. We would do it on Fridays.
Yeah. We literally was like, if we do it on this day, that means we are acknowledging this day for them and saying, okay, well, this is the day y'all gave us, we gonna accept it. And we'll get into that a little bit, but I have my battles. But we came to that agreement of Fridays, and we would cook certain things that everybody would like.
Yeah, because I also remember,
but we stopped making turkey.
That's what I was going to say. That was on the table. Is that we won't
didn't have no ham on our table?
Oh, definitely not. No pork.
First of all, on our fork. Because first of all, we were in a Muslim household. Daddy was definitely not about to have that.
That's why that totally I forgot that whole thing.
I remember that. I remember all those long meetings because and it was great that we had them.
Yeah.
Because it was so informative.
If we went to aunties or went to anybody else's house, they had it.
So we had to have the understanding of why. Because mommy never told us what we did was right or wrong. She told us this is our practice. So we went to other people's house. We acknowledged what they did, but we knew when to step away from that table and when to step back in. And I think that's something that I'm grateful that mommy taught us too.
Yeah.
To be able to step into a circle that you agree into something, and then when you don't agree, you can step away and not be disrespectful.
Right.
Exactly.
There's still love there. But the brilliance of it is that fast forward to years later, Auntie Laverne, the aunt we were talking about, Auntie Lovey, would come to Atlanta. She would be here for 2.5 weeks.
Yes.
She'd be here before and after. And she'd cook. The children would cook with her. She'd teach her recipes, and different things like that. And, so not having her here, we always now have her because this year marks 8 years. As of October 31st, since she transitioned. And so right after she passed that first dinner, we called it Lovey's dinner. In her honor, because it had become something that was just so, it meant so much to her for us to do it and for us to be together and cook the things. And she would even eat vegan. It was
it was an exchange.
It was definitely an exchange.
Because even though she did bring the traditional stuff, she understood that we're not traditional. She was and we're going to break this cycle of traditional stuff.
It became more about, it was always about family, but it really
came about
inherently became more about the family and specifically the younger generation, especially for her, to engage with her great nieces and nephews, and you know, that she was able to just be there, and we still have that family love and the traditions.
They would just go in the kitchen and be like, "What you want? What you need, Auntie?" And she had a job for each and every one of them, and that's what I loved, like the job she had for them, even the little ones. You know, and,
I remember Zeke
pinching the bread,
pinching kale too.
Kale,
making kale salad,
which was like 6. Then.
Right. Which was another way that you know, Auntie was open you know, to new things. And now you eating raw greens.
Like she was like, wait a minute, you know. And then even starting to cook without the turkey and the greens. And she just really adapted
and realizing that
to
she
us.
didn't have to make a separate pot for herself or any of that,
because
but like
it was still good without the things that she thought she needed.
Okay, I can use a vegan butter, or I can use, you know, coconut oil or whatever.
And then the aspect of teaching her the health benefits of it. Because it wasn't just about not eating it. Also, everything we did was about education. Mommy educated us on everything.
And intention.
You know? And the intention of it. So even when we didn't have certain things, the foods that we had were supposed to be invigorating to our spirits. You know, it wasn't to clog us down. You know how they say you got the itis? We barely had the itis. We were so energized. We were playing games to midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, because we had so much energy from the food that was given to us, because it was revitalizing ourselves, you know, and our brains and different things. And so I really, when I think about it, even though I'll put it out there, I don't really do family dinner, y'all, like that anymore, because it's just my own personal beliefs. But, you know, when I do come and be a part of our family, it's always that momentum of doing what we need to do to revitalize one another, so that our energies just keep going and keep us through until we see each other again. So that was always the theme too of family dinner. It wasn't just come eat and hang out. We actually sit and we had meetings, y'all. We would have meetings, talks, watch stuff together. That was just phenomenal. Remember growing up, we had to watch Chaka Zulu every Thanksgiving weekend, you know, because that's when it was on TV, and we watched it so much. But that's
you know, I do have the DVD. You could just watch it.
Now you have the DVD, right. But, and then you didn't have it. But, so, you know, it's just a lot of different ways that I believe tradition was implanted in us differently than what we probably even knew it was coming, until now, as adults, we're able to see it reflect. Like I said, we have digested it, and now we're able to kind of like.
And then we always had the open door policy. So there were always people who couldn't go home, didn't have family, and they would always come to our house. And it was like, always, they were, oh my God, this is just so amazing, beautiful, love being here, being a part of it. So that, you know, is always a thing too. Always being a safe space for people.